Ultimately, my book is probably mostly about my father. I mean, it's certainly a memoir about my life, but it's also really about my dad, and it's dedicated to my dad. And I really wanted to show how someone who worked hard and sacrificed and pushed me to get better helped create me as a cartoonist and as a musician. You know, it's one thing for a parent to go out and buy their kids new toys and everything else, but my dad built a covered wagon out of an old red wagon and hula hoops and an old sheet from my mother. And I had a covered wagon that I would pull down the street and, you know, and take naps in with my little straw cowboy hat. Tourette's is one of the main themes in my book. I didn't want to specifically write a Tourette's book, but it certainly played an important role in my life, and it does to this day. It seemed to me that most people who have Tourette's, at least from reading about them and watching documentaries, a lot of these people tended to be creative. A lot of musicians and artists and photographers, where the Tourette's happens in the brain is also where a lot of creative thought happens. And so it occurred to me that this is a blessing, and that if not for the Tourette's, maybe I wouldn't be able to draw cartoons, maybe I wouldn't be able to write. Space exploration has always played an important role in my life, and it certainly comes up frequently in my memoir. I think the moon, the lunar landscape maybe provided in my mind this you know, canvas, blank canvas, when anything's possible, anything can happen. Being a centrist, it actually presents some difficulties as an editorial cartoonist, because it's much easier to take a predictable position. You know, if you're a conservative, this is how you're going to react in every issue. If you're a liberal, you're going to take, you know, the same kind of thing on the left. And so it does present some difficulties and challenges. But I like staking out that middle ground, because, first of all, not a lot of other people are doing it. So this sort of goes back to my father sort of challenging me and inspiring me to be unique and different. But it also allows me, I think, to find maybe perhaps a third or fourth way of looking at a particular issue, and just to kind of get people to think about things in a slightly different way. I told myself from a very early age that I am going to do what I love, and I know it's, you know, kind of cornball when people say do what you love and the money will follow, but I really do believe that. And even if you don't get paid for it, I drew cartoons because I loved drawing cartoons. I played music because I loved playing music, and I decided from a very early age that this is what I'm going to do. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to do this.